Thanks for visiting us, and today I have the pleasure to share with you guys one of our latest purchases. This is, I'm going to be exact with the model number, Bluetti EB3A. It's a 600 watt, 268 watt hour portable power. That's really the key word. I was looking for solutions, and the concern that I had was we go on locations, we go on events, and sometimes battery usage is it's one of the things that you're always like, hey, is it gonna go beyond the time or whatever? Batteries could just, even though they might say they were charged, they quickly discharge if they're not operating properly. Anyhow, just having peace of mind for not just camera equipment but equipment in general, that's something that I needed to have a good, reliable backup, or something that I can quickly go to. So as I was looking around for things, or let's say one thing I had was just this little portable device as well, portable power. It's a 30,000 milliamps or 30 amps. This little device, it's served me very well. I've used it sometimes to power my cameras, my phone, and device that I use for live streaming. So altogether, 3 devices I could power, and it's pretty portable because I can keep it. I hang it next to my tripod, and very useful. And that gives me a peace of mind that I'm charging my equipment while I'm running it. So again, there's times where there's not either a power outlet where I can have a power strip and run the equipment, or I need mobility and so on. So this actually has served me the purpose. Now this one, of course, is not going to be as mobile that is going to go around with me, but I've got recordings where I have either not soundboards, but sound interfaces, computers, and so on that I need to have on a table set up for special, whether we're recording voice or recording video. One of the things that first came to my mind was, hey, just get a battery backup. One of those regular computer battery backups. But the problem with those, one is if there's loss of power, they start beeping. And as I was going through the whole process, those don't really last as long. I mean, you're talking about, it also depends on the power you're drawing, but they're not made to last long. They're made to basically have your equipment ready for a shutdown in a graceful way, basically. So after just reading specs, looking out through the web, so I stumbled over this one, and this one has option, or you could call it has the best of all worlds, because this one can work as a battery backup and also as a portable power. I mean, this is portable enough. If you need to quickly reset, just keep it near your tripod or near the equipment. It's something that can be moved around, lugged around pretty easily. Of course, not something you're going to keep in your pocket, but regardless, it's very portable. Now, I've tested it already. I've done my after seeing what it could do, but I want to just go over the features that it has. So basically, it has this section right here. It's a DC output section, and it has cigarette lighter connector, like the ones that you have in your cars. So anything that connects to your car like that. For example, I do have a tire inflator that, of course, normally I connect it to the cigarette lighter in the car, but this gives me the convenience. I have an electric kick scooter, and I have the convenience that I can connect it here. I don't have to connect it to go outside and connect it to the car, but I can connect it right here. So that's one great thing. So, and aside from that, it's got a couple of connectors where you can actually physically use it as a power supply if you have the right adapters. Plus, you have two USB-A connectors that push, let's see, is 6 volt 3 amps. And then you have a USB-C as well that pushes 100 watts. That's a lot. So that's something that this one cannot do, of course. So aside from that, it's got something that I find nifty. I mean, this is also used a lot by people that go camping and so on, that you know, want to be off grid for a little bit. It's got a flashlight that, you know, has different functions. So that's pretty nifty. Even if sometimes I think I might even use it, because sometimes places that we're running recordings or so, they might be dark, and if anything, I might need to just quickly get a light, even though I can do it on my phone too. But it's just handy. And the last connection type, or not necessarily the last connection type, is has two AC outputs, and they're 110 volts. 120 volts, 600 watts. So that's pretty amazing. And this is basically the charging section. And the charging section, it has a connector for the wall outlet for it to be charged. And then also it has a connector that you can actually plug in a solar panel. So pretty nifty unit. And I forgot to mention one more thing. This here is a wireless charger, basically. You can set your phone on top of it and up it goes. It connects, and it's a 15 watt wireless charger. So, wow, I mean, it's got everything that I need. And as I was mentioning, it works not only as a portable power, but I can literally connect my equipment. Let's say one of my worries is we're doing a recording or something, and either there's power or something, and maybe we have to stop. I mean, we will have to stop. Yeah, but a lot of times you're recording, and in the middle of a recording, if things stop abruptly, you're gonna lose whatever you were working on. So there comes this one. This one can work not just as a standby, or not a standby, but as a portable power, but also as a when it's plugged in to the wall. You have the option to select it as a UPS. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these on. That way we can see what's on this unit. And basically it's got a nice panel. I'm not sure if you can see it there. I think you can see it there. But the panel has some good information. First of all, the center portion gives you what amount of battery, if it's fully charged, what percentage, and so on. And as it gets used, it starts going down and telling you how many hours of use you may have with the current load that you're running. And I tested this, and it's just amazing how, and I didn't do a full, a very thorough check, but meaning if what it says is actually what it does. But I kept it on for a good while with some of my equipment, and I was very surprised that it performs much better than the UPS, one of those battery backups, because it's meant to actually keep equipment running. So I'm going to press the button once again. So the center portion gives you, you know, how much battery you have, if it's fully charged, and when you're charging it, it also shows you the progress. And another thing is that this one has, it charges pretty fast. I was surprised, same thing. I mean, a lot of the battery-operated equipment that or such as this one, it takes a while to charge. This one, on the contrary, it charges pretty quick. So it's a pretty impressive little unit for what it does and for the cost of it. Then also it shows you how much, what is the input wattage power that it has, in this case of this, and then the output that is pushing out to the device or devices that you have connected to the unit. So it's got, you know, a pretty good visual feedback that you can have and use these as, you know, for the purpose that it is used. So one of the things that you have to make sure that you understand with this is that for every output section, you have to a short hold basically to actually engage it, because otherwise, I mean, you either turn it on or off. It's just a short right there. I'm just going, probably you might not see it necessarily, but I'm telling it, hey, output AC. If I do here on this side, output DC as well. So, and the LED panel, it's LCD panel, I'm sorry, it shows you, you know, what actually is enabled, AC and DC in this case. I just turned off DC, it went off right there. I just turned off AC and AC went off. And so basically, and you can use those same buttons if you press hold, press for longer, either to turn it on or to turn it off. So it's, hey, listen, I could not ask for better. I got this online, really good price. So you can just check basically by the model, EB3A. It wasn't sent to me. I'm not being paid by Bluetti, but hey, listen, it's good equipment. It's something that I think is useful and something that I can recommend to others. And you can find just a ton of uses. I'm sure that, I mean, I use it a lot for now. I'm using it a lot for my productions to keep, you know, our equipment running, to charge things when, you know, maybe we don't have anything nearby, or even my charger. I forgot my charger. I can get my phone charged really quick, because even through productions, we use our cell phones a lot. There's a lot of utilities, a lot of software applications, apps there that we use, as well as just having to communicate. Sometimes I use my phone to tether for live streaming as well. So, you know, having this, it just gives me the peace of mind that if I, for whatever reason, I forgot a charger, or if I'm somewhere where there's not an easy connection, hey, I've got, you know, a Swiss knife of a portable charger here. And that's what this is. You have a Swiss knife with all the bells and whistles for the price. That I think it's an amazing price, and I just highly recommend it. That's what I wanted to share. You know, device, even this, I was surprised of how light the unit is. I mean, it's very, as I said, very portable. So, hey, this is again the Bluetti. Put my glasses on. This is the Bluetti EB3A, and for the cost, for what it does, I think it's an incredible unit. So my recommendation is get this Bluetti. If your power requirements are the right ones, this is the one to get. All right, so thank you for visiting us, and we'll be back with other video. And if you have any questions, you have any suggestions or so, put them down there in the in the comments. And I will probably add a few links in the description, so that you guys can go check this one out, and just see the specs and so forth, and you know, maybe that's something that you're going to want to get for yourself. All right, well, thank you for visiting us once again.